Howdy, howdy, folks. It is DIECAST Buffet here again. Holy cow, Michael McDowell just won the Daytona 500. Can you believe it, bro? Michael McDowell gets his first ever career win. 20 years till, well, since Michael Waltrip got his first win, the MWR connection, really cool stuff right there. And then you go 10 years ago. Trevor Bayne, at his second, career Cup start, gets his first ever career win. And for the Wood brothers, a huge. This Daytona 500 was one way and it was a whole nother way. Like the first 15 laps of this race was unbelievable. They were duking and diving. You thought it was the final lap, right? You thought it was a duel race or a last chance race or something. Everybody was going at it for 15 laps, but they knew the rains were coming in. They were going crazy. Oh my goodness, man. I would say 60% of this race sucked, okay? I'll be honest with you. It was the 2013 Daytona 500, but it reared its ugly head under the lights at Daytona. But the final, lap and a half was so incredible, man. I mean, Michael McDowell, to put this in perspective, this is a guy that has been racing in the Cup Series since the MWR COT days, okay? Very prominent driver in the garage. Everyone likes him. He's a fan favorite. Every time we go to these plate tracks, Michael McDowell and I would say just Front Row Motorsports together is a contender. David Reagan won Talladega in 2013. That was on my birthday. He won that Talladega race. Of course, David Gilliam was his teammate. But at that time, Michael McDowell, I think it was driving for Levine Family Racing. I mean, this guy has been driving the back markers every single year, ever since he left MWR, pretty much. I mean, this is a unbelievable storybook win we just seen, and this guy's been racing for 15 years. And I mean, it's just unbelievable, man. This is so similar to the Michael Waltrip story, and it's unbelievable, man. And I'm so freaking happy Michael McDowell won, but. I got a request for Lino Racing. Please, for the love of God, make this diecast in the 1/64 scale. The Daytona 500 race winning car, the 2021 edition. There's no reason for them to not produce it. They've produced every single one of them since, 2016, I believe, because they produced the Hamlin. They skipped the Kurt Busch because the Monster Energy logos. And then, of course, they produce the Dillon and then both of the Hamlins. Hamlin is denied of his third Daytona 500 in a row. And I'll tell you what, man. This race, I'm telling you, from halfway of stage one, all of stage two, and I would say half of stage, or the final stage or whatever, nothing happened. Literally the last 50 laps, or the last 55 laps, I would say 53 of those laps, nothing happened except for a pit stop. I mean, it was the 2013 Daytona 500. It reared its ugly head. They just hung around the outside. No one passed. No one did anything. To me, that's not plate racing, okay? I was not happy about that, right? The finish was unbelievable. There's just so much to talk about here. And, of course, post-race reactions are back. And I'm just so hyped. This is such an awesome win for the sport. I'll be honest with you. I got sick of Denny Hamlin winning the 500. I haven't been, this legitimately hyped about a Daytona 500 winner since 2018. This is just so cool. It is Trevor Bayne 2011 all over again. It is 2001 Michael Waltrip, the good part of the 2001 500, I might add. It's just that storybook ending. This is his first career win. I mean, and I've quietly been noticing, but the Front Row Motorsports program, especially last season with John Hunter Nemechek, this whole team, this whole program, everything, they have been getting so much more competitive. I mean, we're talking that 38 car, and of course, Michael McDowell drives the 34. I was about to say Reagan, but I was like, wait, he's driving the 36 car. But the 38 car for Front Row Motorsports, Nemechek was running 15th, 20th. You go 7 years ago, this was a 35th place car. I mean, who can forget the times they had the 26 car? Oh, God, had the 30, the 38, the 34. I mean, this was the 35th place car every week, right? So for them to win the Daytona 500, they've already won Talladega, and they even won Pocono back in 2016 with Chris Buescher, and that was a crazy one. This was a legitimate win, just like Talladega was. Pocono was a legitimate win, but it was weather infected. This is legitimate. This is he went out there and earned it. So the finish to this race, some people might say it's controversial, very reminiscent of the 2018 Daytona 500. You know, you think about it. Austin Dillon was behind Eric Almirola in 2018, and I actually picked Almirola to win this race. Yeah, that lasted about 15 laps, and then add in a 5-hour delay, knowing, yeah, my guy's already out of the hunt. That's okay, though. And, of course, my championship pick this year is Ryan Blaney. But anyways, it was incredible. I mean, when Dillon did that to Almirola, half of the people were ticked, half of the people were like, yo, the 3-car just won. This was similar, but it wasn't blatantly. I mean, from my own perspective, from what I've seen, the 34 and the 2-car was backing up to the 34, okay? 34 is not lifted. I wouldn't lift, okay? If it's the final lap of the Daytona 500, I don't even care if my spotter told me to lift. I wouldn't lift. Full throttle, go for it. If you get through the wreck, you get through the wreck. That's what Michael McDowell did. He pushes the 2-car. 2-car, I mean, we've seen you cannot push in the corners. But what are you going to do? You're just going to sit there and let Logano win? No, you go for it, right? He pushes the 2-car. The 2-car, I mean, what do? You go left, you go right. He's going to be extremely loose. The 22's trying to block. They make contact. And next thing we know, Keselowski's fuel cell, it looks like it exploded or at least sprung a leak. That car is probably going to end up in Dale Jr.'s junkyard in a few years, especially with Gen 6 being retired. I wouldn't be surprised a lot of these cars from this race. But my goodness, man, that was a crazy freaking wreck, though. But it was just the little dog won the freaking race, man. And this is why people tune into plate racing, man, because anyone can win it. And I'll be honest with you, after the season we had last year with, you know, no disrespect, you know, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, they won like God knows how many races last year, you know. They won so many races. And even Elliott, he won a lot of races too. It was so refreshing to see the underdog pull through and get that win. And this was a 500 to be remembered because half of the race sucked, and I would say probably a good 15-20% was really good. The pit strategy, there was a few cautions here and there, but I mean, the single file racing to me, oh, I can't stand it. The last 50-something laps of that race, I was hooting and hollering, man. No one made a pass. No one. Like, I get it, you pull out a line and no one goes with you, but I just can't imagine that the Chevrolet spotters or the Toyota spotters or the Fords can't say, or Cole Custer and Kevin Harvick can't say, oh, hey, you know, this thing's trying to go green flag to the end. Why don't we just go and pass the Penske cars before, you know, we get to, I don't know, 5 to go or 10 to go, whatever. Cole Custer pulls out a line, falls to the back. You have to have cars to go with them, right? I just can't imagine that there wasn't some manufacturer team order with the Chevrolets between Chastain, Dillon, and even Chase Elliott, which Chase Elliott got second place, bro. Super close to winning the 500. Great run by Dillon, too. He had a hot rod. But crazy finish there, guys. I couldn't stand the single file racing. I thought that was just pathetic. But the only 2 cars that really seemed like they were ready to go for it was that 3-car and that 34. That 3-car kept backing up to the 34 car. I'm just glad something happened at the end for something different, right? Because if they would just put to the line, Logano, Keselowski win it, I want to see pack racing. I want to see cars going at it left and right. I know there was like half the field got taken out realistically within the first 15 laps of the race. But it seemed like it wasn't the package. I know there's a lot less cars out there, but no one was willing to make a move. The Toyotas were the only ones willing to pull on a line and make a move. And to me, you got to be more aggressive than that. So for all the drivers who didn't win, guess what? You had 50 laps to pass Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick and company, and you didn't do it. So there you go. What a fantastic finish, though. This was an incredible finish, man. Michael McDowell wins the Daytona 500. I've been up since 7:30 in the morning, right? I got up early, had some, honey bunches of oats, watched some bass fishing, getting ready for the 500. So excited. And they have rain. Yeah. I'm gonna touch on this real quick. The Daytona 500 should have started at noon. They really, like Fox, NBC, look, I don't care what your analytics say, your demographics say, whatever it is. 2 p.m., 3 p.m. start times are a no-go. There's a reason why they started, I would say, 80% of the cup races at like noon to like 1 o'clock like the past 2.5 decades, because it works, especially with weather. So when you know you got a rain delay coming in, you know you're going to have 5-6 hours of showers. I'll say this once, I'll say it again. They should give the fans a 24-hour notice. When you buy your ticket, you get a text message, an email, whatever it is. Give all the fans a 24-hour heads-up notice, even the broadcasters. Say, hey, we're moving to 500, we're moving Atlanta, whatever race it may be, 1 or 2 hours up, so they could get that race in. This race would have been done by 3 o'clock because it would have got to halfway and it would have rained. I'm okay with that. I feel for the fans who stuck around all day. I know how hard that is because I went to that Texas rain out last year. Oh my goodness, man. I feel for the fans who stayed for it. But for those who did, those single file freight trains were pretty tough to watch, even for an extreme diehard NASCAR fan myself. That's not pack racing. That's just scaredy cat BS racing, I'll be honest with you. But Michael McDowell earned it. He did what he had to do. Hey, man, if Logano doesn't throw a block, maybe the 2-car gets it hooked up. Maybe Keselowski wins. Maybe Keselowski, I don't know. I think they just went for it. I don't think anyone did anything wrong. I think they just went for it. It's the Daytona 500. It's the final one in the Gen 6 era. These cars are going to be on track 3 more times, and they're going to be ARCA cars for probably the next 5 years. So, there you go. Anyways, folks, what do y'all think about the 2021 Daytona 500? I had a feeling it was going to be kind of reminiscent of the 2002, 2001 Daytona 500 in terms of winner. I didn't think it was going to be big name Joe coming in, going to get his 5th 500 or something. I picked Eric Almirola to cap off his career with a 500. I just don't think he's going to be racing that much longer. But definitely, Michael McDowell, I think, does fit that bill a little bit. But anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure to give the video a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. The next race is going to be the Daytona Road Course. And I'll say this real quick before the end of the video. So, Speed Weeks became Speed Week, right? You know, they moved all the BS to Tuesday and Wednesday night, you know, the dual race and all that stuff. My voice is a little bit coarse right now. I've been hooting and hollering literally all day. I'm freaking tired as Biff, yo. It's Speed Week, right? Well, it seemed like this year it was actually Speed Days because it's like you have Tuesday to Sunday, right? Well, one thing I just it kind of dawned on me last night. We got Daytona again next Sunday. You got, 3 days of racing, the Truck Series, Xfinity, and then you have the Cup Series, Daytona Road Course. So, for the sake of, I would say, the traditional aspect of the Speed Weeks in NASCAR, Speed Weeks is technically still alive if you consider the Daytona Road Course, even though it wasn't supposed to be there to begin with. But, you know. Anyways, folks, thank y'all so much for watching. Huge congratulations to Michael McDowell. If they offer that Daytona 500 race-winning car in 164, make sure to go pre-order. Go pre-order on Circle B Diecast or something, because, my goodness, man, that's going to be a cool diecast. Whoever orders that thing, it's got some damage. It's got tape on it. Very reminiscent of that Kurt Busch 2017 card. Just saying. Anyways, folks, thank y'all so much for watching again. What a 500. I am excited for the new season. Chase Elliott had a good run. DIECAST Buffet signing off.